Allow me to introduce you to and educate you a little bit on my little quail friends. Today's agricultural fact of the day is a little bit less informal and a bit more informationally packed. So I have had many quail chicks hatch out at school over the last 36 hours or so, and there are definitely more pipping. Quail, if you've ever thought about potentially raising your own food and being able to source your own eggs, but you may not have the space or your town doesn't necessarily agree with you keeping chickens, because I know not every town is like the rural area that I live in. Quail are an easy, less complicated animal when it comes to raising food for your family to consume, or you can even sell the eggs or the meat. Quail come in many different colors. You saw my first little friend. I have a wide variety of colors. These are just a couple. Here's a white one with stripes that will eventually be like mostly white with a little bit of black specks. We have a chipmunk looking color, which will probably turn into a tuxedo. I love this color because it's unique and I don't have many of them. This one I like to refer to as being a brownie in color, because when they get a little bit older, they do literally have the color of a chocolate brownie. Now these little babies, if any of them are female, will begin to lay within 6 weeks. Right now, they're out on the animal side in a brooder under a heat lamp, but they will only need that heat lamp until they feather out. Once they get real feathers and not just this little chick fluff that all newly hatched chicks have, they have the ability to regulate their temperature, therefore not needing the heat lamp. We are fortunate here, although we are in the state of New York and it is very cold and frigid out right now, we have an animal space in this facility that is heated. That's a little bit less stressful. It's not quite 0 degrees in here as it is outside. So they will begin to lay eggs within 6 weeks, and really the males could be harvested at that point if you decided you wanted to consume them. Typically what I will do is take them to the local auction and help recoup some money for feed. But a few things you can do. Quail eggs can be consumed just like chicken eggs. You can fry them, hard boil them. My favorite and my son's favorite currently is hard boiling the quail eggs. 1 quail egg is the equivalent of 3 chicken eggs. Let me show you my quail eggs. This is the size that they are. My hands aren't massive or anything. They're not tiny either, but this is a quail egg. So about 3 of these equals 1 chicken egg. And they come in a variety of speckled patterns. I do not have any of the blue laying celadon quail, unfortunately. Sometimes, just like chickens, they will lay double yolkers, so that's always fun when I accidentally hard boil a double yolker and my child goes to eat it and he's like, oh, look, mommy, there's 2. The biggest thing to keep in mind if you are doing what I am doing and hatching them out yourself is that you just can't keep an unlimited amount of males. There is such a thing as having too many males if you don't have enough hens. Now, when I say that I had too many quail hatch out, I set an incubator of a lot, like 4 dozen eggs, and many of them have hatched out. So we are going to be overrun with them, and hopefully I will be able to peer pressure some of my students into wanting to start their own project and providing a food source for their own family. Another marketing avenue that you can do with them once they start laying, if you have a male with your females, is selling fertile hatching eggs. And that can be lucrative, especially if you have people that want to start their own coveys. Quail live for roughly 2 to 3 years and require around 1 square foot of space per bird. So the setup that I have has, I think it's 12 birds in it, 12 adults right now, but we could fit more in it. I'm not sure if I want to. And if you are familiar with the requirements of chickens, quail need a lot less space. So I use this pen that we purchased with grant funding last year. It is, I think it's 3 or 4 feet wide by 7 feet long. And once they are big enough, I put them in here, and typically they can't escape as long as they are fully grown. Unfortunately, quail do not lay in nesting boxes, so you will find their eggs randomly scattered around the pen. So that's it for today's agricultural fact of the day. I hope you learned something.